moves on to their next big job, Lord & Taylor. For over 100 years, Lord & Taylor has been a staple of the New York holiday scene. The retailer is credited as the first to create Christmas-themed window displays instead of showing off its merchandise. The store recently had a major renovation, updating its classic look with a crisp contemporary design.
At Lord & Taylor, it's traditional but using not so traditional materials and really responding to a redesign of the main floor.
To achieve this goal, Matthew and his team will decorate 17 columns with ornate crystal chandeliers, made up of over 21,000 hand-strung lights, 800 glitter snowflakes, and over 6 miles of strung crystal. Preparing and installing the decorations will take over 3,500 man-hours to complete. To make the installation deadline, Matthew must get approval from Lord & Taylor for his chandelier prototype.
So it's obviously raw, it's going to be powder-coated white.
So what's going to be the total weight of this?
The total weight, it's approximately 155 pounds would be the max.
Okay. Yep. So you're saying it's the total weight with everything on it, it's 150?
Around 150, 155 max.
But our limit was 120.
Okay. So we should just make sure that everyone's on the same page with the weight.
Definitely.
The Lord & Taylor building dates back to 1914 and still has the original ceiling intact. Scott and his team still worry that the plaster work will be unable to support the heavy chandeliers.
My concern right now still is the weight of the actual structure, and once all the crystals and lights are added to it, we've never hung something directly from the ceiling with this limited amount of support. So I think we're still a little over the limit that we can handle.
We're operating to 120 pounds, and the reality of the design is that it's going to end up at 150. So we're working through it.
Earlier, Matthew learned that the chandeliers his team had designed for the Lord & Taylor install are too heavy for the antique ceiling to support. To resolve the problem with the oversized chandelier, Matthew heads to Lord & Taylor to meet with their architect and discuss a possible solution.
The original concept was that we were going to hang from the ceiling with bolts. The structure won't support it, so we're going to go into the column.
Basically, we have to get 4 anchors into each, one into each side of the column, and support the weight on the 4 facets of the column. So if we devise these series of L brackets that'll bolt in, we should be able to distribute the load straight down to the structure and really not have a problem.
The solution? Re-engineering the framework supports to attach them to the columns, not the ceiling.
I think the biggest thing is that the fabricator who made this frame has to make the extension frame. So we've got to have capacity in his shop, and we've got to have capacity at the powder coater.
Is that going to change the date of installation?
You can't be asking me that question.
It's impossible to change the date of the installation.
Right.
We can't change the date of the installation.
Look, this is going to be an urgency now, you know, and we're going to press everyone for to meet the date.
Okay.
It doesn't mean that everyone is going to be able to. I mean, that's just a fact.
But what does that mean? It doesn't mean everyone's going to be able to meet the date.
This is a little bit of a challenge, but we're going to get it done.
Yeah. I'm counting on you. It's all on you.
Okay, we'll get it done. We did get approval on bolting chemical anchors into the sides of the columns, which means now that we need to build a whole new metal structure that will bolt onto the column and then support the structure that was supposed to originally hang from the ceiling.
It's a big task to change all the frames at this late stage, but Matthew has to get it done if he wants Lord & Taylor ready for their charity gala. It's the night of the install at Lord & Taylor, and Matthew and his team of 25 have an enormous job ahead. They have 10 hours before the store reopens to build and hang 17 chandeliers, weighing a total of 2.5 tons. With the Lord & Taylor holiday event just around the corner, there's no time to lose.
We have our Christmas charity day, and we have to be ready for it. It's really our launch of the main floor at Christmas. We have thousands of customers that come to visit us at the holidays, so they'll be seeing the new face of Lord & Taylor. So it's essential that this is complete, 100% done. There is no, if it doesn't happen, what are we going to do? There is no plan B. It has to happen tonight.
All of the metal brackets have been fixed and are now ready to be attached to the new anchors in the columns. Working in two-man teams, each of the 150-pound brackets is lifted 30 feet into the air and bolted into place.
So I do have a little bit of a worry about the weight of the brackets. I'm a little apprehensive that we never got to set up a full prototype and that it's the actual night of the installation we'll be hanging our first chandelier.
I think that thing is so solidly up there. Esteban, just give me a little, just grab the frame and see if you can move it at all. It's like locked in place. Did it move? Okay, thank you. He's pretty strong. He works out 3 times a week.
With the brackets attached, the team can get started on the decorations. Each column gets covered in 36 sets of LED lights and over 31,000 crystals.
Lights first, crystal second, snowflakes third.
Each of the 186 crystal strands must be hung individually, so it's a time-consuming process.
Once they find their rhythm and figure out all the little kinks, they'll get a pace going.
Won't fly by.
No, nothing's gonna fly by. It's gonna be, it's a tedious, meticulous process.
Perfection always is.
Yeah.
The process is really meticulous. It's a lot of detail. You've got, hundreds and hundreds of little tiny holes that we're hooking crystals into and lights into and snowflakes, and it's going up one by one.
We are definitely behind schedule, so I'm not really confident and comfortable that we're at a good point.
From my perspective, things are going great. Everyone's just getting their bearings, finding some glitches, fixing them, and just going through the process. Everyone's going to work differently. I've got one group over here who's put 1 column together. I've got another group that's done 4.
Which is the bad group?
Can't
I'll go stand under them. I'll put some pressure on them. No, seriously, which is the bad group?
Later that evening, Lord & Taylor will unveil their holiday makeover at their gala event.
It's an annual event which kicks off our holiday season. I think the customers are excited about the new Christmas decor. It's like a winter wonderland inside. It's crystal, it's white, it's warm, it's exciting. Everyone's gonna love it.
I love the decorations at Lord & Taylor. I love the decorations just in Christmas period. I think it always makes you feel like the spirit of Christmas is really here.
The chandeliers definitely sparkle and shine, and they make your eyes look right towards them. And it brings the whole spirit of Christmas and the season together.
My breath was taken away when I walked in and saw the chandeliers. They're beautiful. They did a really great job with the Christmas decorations this year. I'm really impressed.
To the timeless elegance of Lord & Taylor,
It's amazing to see the final design. It's exactly what we wanted it to be, and we're thrilled.